Hey guys, it's your boy TG, and yeah, bring it from the bottom. You're locked in to another edition of Goode Gotcha Entertainment. Boy, oh boy, it's full today. I remember this another day ago. It was just me and Marcus, but hey, it is what it is. I'm your host, Trust Dude. Across the camera from me is Martell with the plan, Cam with the plan on the bottom. So we got two people with the
What
plan. I
up,
don't know
man?
what's going on. Both your teams are under 500,
Yeah.
but Marco Polo the greatest. You standing beside me. I don't know what the hell's going on with your team. I don't even know what's going on with mine. But we were trying to figure that out today. But let's go ahead and start this thing off. Marcus, you know I have to start with you, and then I'm going to go across the camera to these two guys. But how you feeling?
I'm feeling good. Blessed to see another day and ready for my team.
Yeah, we will see what happens, and we will talk about that in a few minutes.
Mhm.
But Martell, man, it's been a while. Long time no see, but how you feeling, brother?
Feeling great. Feeling
Hey,
great.
Cam, you know, much
I'm
respect for
pissed.
you, brother. How you feeling?
I'm pissed.
I know you
I
are
am
still
pissed.
so damn delusional. I mean, nothing's
Ah,
never changed. Look, I've even painted it on my mug for you. Delusional. And then I told you what? The damn Dallas Cowboys suck. And then see, then you got delusional Cowboys, and then they beat the Giants. How? And we'll get to that later on. But Cam, how you doing, brother?
you know, like Marcus said, another 24 hours is a blessing. So I'm happy, you know what I'm saying, that I was able to see another 24 hours, Thank God above. But you know what? Let's get to the talking. Because I got a lot to say today.
Well, he
Please.
said it, but let's get to the NFL woes. And there's a lot of them this week. Normally I have one or two, but there's some people that got their chops busted this week. And I'm going to start with who? The Buccaneers went down to my. No, they didn't even go to Miami. Miami Dolphins swam over to the Bucks, and they didn't learn how to swim around the boat. They swam right into the boat. And guess what that was? A 45-17 score. Tom Brady. It was just brutalized in Tampa. I mean, who else would not expect that to happen? It's Brady. He's out. Gronk's out. I mean, the defense played. Antonio Brown's doing what he got to do. But what's your take on this, guys? I'm starting with the Cam because I know he's delusional, but he might end up gaining some sense with this. And what was your biggest takeaway from that game? I mean, we know the Bucks will do what they're going to do.
The biggest takeaway from the game was the Miami Dolphins are still in search for a quarterback. They drafted Tua. He's not healthy. It seems like he can't stay healthy. The Buccaneers are what we know the Buccaneers are, who they are. They are the defending Super Bowl champions. So we expect them to beat teams that they're supposed to beat. They started off a little slow. They came out shaky. The defense is still trying to get healthy. But at the end of the day, when your offense puts up 45 points, I expect you to win.
Now look at this. As you said that about the quarterback conversation,
Mhm.
the Dolphins for the last, it might even be before the pandemic started. We've seen them in quarterback issues. We've seen them where they don't know what they truly want to do. They went from selecting Josh Rosen, then they had Fitzpatrick in the mixture. They didn't learn that conversation. And then they turn another season and they go, oh, guess what? Josh Rosen didn't do it, so let's go get, Tua. Let's go see what happens there. Guess who else turned back in the picture? It was Fitzpatrick all over again. And then this year they said, no. We're going to release him. We're going to send Fitzpatrick to the Washington football team, or whatever their name is. And then we're going to not only do that, we're going to keep him on the field. And then he's injured. And then we got Jacoby Brissett that's in the house. It's the most confused team I've seen on the offensive side in a long time. But, Marta, do you got anything to say about this Dolphins team that just was manhandled 45-17? I'm surprised they even got 17 points.
Really don't have nothing to say. No.
It's nothing to be said. Like, I mean, Marcus, you might be able to tell me how in the hell did they even manage to get 17 points? I mean, it's Jacoby Brissett. I'm not taking anything from Jacoby Brissett. I'm not, because he's thrown in the fire at this point. The team was not even built for him. He's been that quarterback that's been put in situations, unfortunately, because the Colts didn't want to give him a shot because they wanted to go get a scrub and Carson Wentz and don't give Jacoby Brissett enough time to get adjusted, which I thought that was a mistake. But what's next for the Dolphins? Didn't you say cancel the season like Urban Myers and Jacksonville Jackson do? But we'll talk about them later. But should we cancel the season and just say wait for the draft, or you wait for the draft 2 years and you didn't get nothing?
Well, when it comes to the Miami Dolphins, I wouldn't say cancel the season. It's just the Miami Dolphins team. They just need to find answers that really works. I mean, with Jacoby Brissett, we already know what kind of quarterback he is, especially with him even being the starter and the backup when he was with Indianapolis, and now he's transitioning with the Miami Dolphins. So it's just all about the Miami Dolphins team just finding answers in order to win games until Tua comes back fully healthy.
Whenever he comes back healthy, because we know his final years in college, as Cam would say, and we see how much injury played along with him ending his career in college and then going into the pros. The Dolphins knew what they were getting into. And I mean, they clearly saw this. And analysts across the world said either Tua's going to come in and actually stay healthy, or he's going to come in and be straight from the jump street and be injury prone. He's going to be hurt from the start. And this is what happened. You went in there and you got somebody that really, truly didn't really get all the way fully healthy, I believe. Or if he didn't condition enough or protect himself or get a team well built enough or coaching staff them built around him to avoid injury, to avoid him from making the issues that's going on now. And now you got this young guy that you don't have to dedicate your time to him. You can say he's out and then you got to rebuild a year later and you go back in the draft and get another quarterback. We'll see how that goes. But this is how long of a season the Dolphins are going to be. And this is how long the season they're going to have. They keep going the same way. Jacoby Brissett might gather the marbles and put them all in the bag, but he's not going to make the playoffs. I don't see that happening. Not this season with the Dolphins. It's really early, but the Dolphins got a lot of things going on, like a lot of other teams are. Injuries. But let's talk about across a whole different miles and miles away. Can anybody see it? Miles and miles away. This New Orleans Saints travel on up. Oh, and the Saints. And they travel on up to the Washington football team, whoever the hell that is. And they travel to them. And Taylor Heineke, I bragged so much on him because I thought he actually could have did something. But then he said, no, TG, no. That's why I didn't tag you. But in the same sense, you let famous Jameis Winston, come up in your house with your raggedy defense that you ain't so much bragged on this defense. And Cam, you know I've been one of the ones that said this defense should do an amazing job this season. And on paper, they do look like they could do some good things, especially up front. They can present more damage than what they have done, and they haven't did nothing. But they got manhandled too, 33-22. And we all witnessed that Hail Mary, if you want to call that a Hail Mary. I thought it was just a long pass because it didn't even look like it was contested. They got to jump up. Try again later. I don't know. But, Marcus, I'm giving it to you before I turn it over to Ken Martell.
Okay.
Looking at the Saints, we know the Saints are not truly locked in to say, oh, we got them. We know what they're going to be about. They're week to week too. Mm-hmm. But what should be the main focus? I think it's defense, but what should be the main focus of the Washington football team? They put up 22 points, but when you got a defense allowing everybody throwing a touchdown and you let everything go behind you, what should be their main focus coming out of this game? This was a game they should have won.
Well, you mentioned defense, but honestly, I just think it should be a balance, really. When you look at the New Orleans Saints, yes, they can get the job done, but it's been situations where it is some scares with the New Orleans Saints. We saw it yesterday against the Washington football team where they put in Taysom Hill. Taysom Hill, he got banged up, he got hurt. And just imagine if Jameis Winston gets hurt, who is your next quarterback? So in these situations, you just got to be careful and you just got to realize that we need consistency moving forward and we need to win more games moving forward if they want to be the top-notch team in the NFC.
We will see that. And talking about this, Cam, we talked about offensively with the Saints, and now Taysom Hill's out due to concussion, and however long that may be, a week to however long the NFL pushes that out. But turn over to the Washington football team's defense. Cam. I mean, they're not playing as aggressive as we know they can. We know they can do this. And we've seen it in the past, going into some major games. But what's their takeaway from their defense? Why is their defense where they at right now?
Because the defense for like the past 3 or 4 weeks have been on the field for majority of the game.
of the
The
game.
offense isn't getting it done. It's just that simple. It's every game they're on the field way too often, and just like that saying, pressure either bursts pipes or makes diamonds. And at this point, the Washington defense are full of leaky pipes at this point because all you see is that Chase Young and that defensive line on the field every 5 minutes, it seems like. There's no break. And when you don't get a break on defense, you get tired. And once you get tired, it's one play when one player takes one play off. That's all it takes. If you take one play off, boom, 7 points. Then after that, the offense turns the ball over 4 straight downs. And then, back to the drawing board offense. Let's get back and sit down for the next 15 minutes while defense tries to hold the offense. You see what I'm saying? So I don't know if it's a Taylor Heineke thing. I don't know if it's just an offensive coordinator thing. I don't know what's going on, to be honest with you, at Washington. But all I know is the Washington football team is trash because they could not beat the Saints. The Giants beat the Saints last week. Go Giants.
I feel that. But we're going to do this now. Martell, Washington, oh Washington, how much may we lay? When can you win another day and a game for me today? Oh Washington, oh Washington, oh Washington, oh Washington.
They'll win more games when they have more of a better strategy on both ends of the ball, defense and offense. To me, that's how I feel on that part.
Look,
More
I don't know
leadership
what
role.
I don't know what's going on in Washington. They need to fix their name and get their head trainer out of
They
the
need to
prison
fix
system.
their name.
But I mean,
Yeah.
it might be more focused than that, Cam. They might be. They may be. I'm not for sure. My bad. My bad, Washington. I ain't got people doing shady stuff on they offline. I mean, off the field. I know it's on and off the field, but I mean, the off the field part don't go out there doing nothing shady. You work for the NFL. I guess everybody knows where you work at. I would hope you're the trainer for. Just saying. Just saying. My bad. My bad, Washington. My bad. But, anyways, let's go to
Tragedy
Tennessee,
in Washington.
where the Jags were butchered. I mean, what else can you expect? 37-19. I mean, and between putting fingers up the sunshine and dancing in clubs, what else are you good at? I don't know. He's not even good at that. I'm just saying, Jaguars have deproved, not improved, deproved to 0-5. Are you kidding me? No, you're not. It's serious. Holly, emergency budget should have been pushed 5 weeks ago. This was about to happen. Cam, I have to be disrespectful, but when you have your coach out there gyrating with a lady with
Yeah.
your hand in inappropriate areas, and you are the head coach of an NFL football team. How are you supposed to set the bar if you're not even the bar? You're not even trying to be the bar. How do you expect your team to be held to a standard? You might not even have a standard for him because I don't even know what kind of standard he has for himself as a man. I don't.
Right. I mean,
Anyways,
he was
Ken.
some kind of
Anyways,
weird in Ohio State. I mean, I don't
forget what the
know.
Jags are going on with them because they're not going to be nothing but hot garbage in
Hot
a
garbage.
train wreck.
Yeah.
But did the
Yeah.
Titans do what they needed to do necessary? Even though they won the game, should they have won, or should they even take this game as a win? I mean, they got to win, but in their self, should they go, "Oh, I scored 37 points on the Jags"? No, you should score 65.
Yeah. I agree. I mean, that's one of those games where it's not only are you expected to win, you should kind of blow them out. To be honest with you, I mean, the Jaguars are somewhat of like a punching bag in the NFL. I mean, they've been a punching bag for like the past 2 decades, to be honest with you. But I mean, it doesn't get any better. Like you bring in new head coaches almost 2 to 3 years, and then you get new quarterbacks every 2 to 3 years, and it's just a never-ending like. And you are, I guess, what your coach is. So if you see the coach doing some nonsense, guess what you expect on the field? Some nonsense, and it's sad because my nephew Sunshine deserves so much better, y'all. He does. He should have stayed at Clemson. Clemson could have been a top 5 team this year, but instead he wanted to go get that money. I ain't mad at him. I told him as long as you save me a little room in your house, bro, we'll be good, nephew. I'll take care of you. You take care of me. It's all good. But I just feel bad for him. He deserves better. And Travis Etienne, my other nephew. Y'all ain't know that I got 2 nephews in the NFL right now. But on all seriousness, the Jaguars as a whole need to get themselves together. Urban Meyer needs to be fired. They need to build an offensive line around Sunshine. And altogether, they just got to find an identity. Like first, you start off as who you want to be as a team. Then from there, you progress on to potentially winning games, not just winning 3 games in the season and call that a productive season. No, you want to be able to be competitive in the NFL, not go 1-30 or 1-34 in 2 seasons. You know what I'm saying?
Well, we will see what happens with the Jaguars. We will see after next game, will this head coach even have a job? I mean, I'll be surprised. I mean, they might keep him to the season, but I mean, what else can he do wrong? At this point, he's did everything as a coach wrong as possible. And, I mean, being a head coach in the NFL is not like, oh, I can go run and hide and then come back later and it's all over. Once you're in the light, it's not coming out of the light. You're there. And the only thing you can do is go sit at home and cut your TV off and stay in the black house. That's all you can do. Pitch black house. That's all you should be doing right now. And then, not even that, while he's up there gyrating with some girl in a bar, it's the fact that he sits there, instead of taking the L with the team, he sits there and abandons the ship. Right. And he sits there and lets it sink by itself. So guess what? If I'm the ownership, I don't know what kind of culture they're trying to build in Jacksonville, but it looks like it's not a good one. But my thing is, the way I'm pissed off about, because of a head coach, if you lose and you get busted like this for the last 5 weeks, you've been busted. Curry yourself and sit on the damn plane with the team. That's what you should be doing. Any coach I've been a part of any team, if it's from all the way in high school when you played, when me and Cam, when you was in the Rough Riders arena, regardless, the lowest team to the top team in the NFL, the Bucks. You're supposed to sit in there and take that L, and in the good moments, you're supposed to sit in there and take that win. Just as everything else. You think Bill Belichick would have did anything like that? No, he would not. Regardless, Bill did not. If he did do it, he did it in the shadows where nobody could see it. Make sure there's no cameras around. Make sure there's no TMZ agents around. Make sure there's nobody around. Be conscious that you are an NFL coach. But no, you want to hit the Chip Kelly approach. You want to go be one of them coaches, do you? When you just be a bum, you want to go be a scrub, and then you can get yourself sent back home. By the way, you can't go back to college and do that. He could have been doing it the whole time. We just finally saw it. It finally came to the light. But it's sad. Horrible. Because we all know, and this was one of the points you got to hit on, is if there was an African American coach, and everybody said, oh, that's a black versus white thing. Damn all that. If it was an African American coach, let Mike Tomlin did that. With what the Steelers doing right now. Let one of them do that. And let's see what happens. Let's see what happens. The culture's getting hit. The culture. Damn all that. The fact of the matter is, it's the white and black. Thin line between love and hate. You can see it. You let this rich white coach do whatever the hell he want to do, but then let one of our coaches, or let an African American coach do it, and it's send him back. Send him go. He's gone. Don't even worry about his record. He could have won 5 games in a row. Let him go. Groove is doing what did Groove do in the 2011 email? Nobody want to worry about that. But if it was an African American, what would have happened? What would have happened? He would have been released the next day. They would say, "Oh, due to NFL policy, we do not tolerate that type of stuff."
It would have been the
My
same
ass,
day.
man. Like that's what that is.
The coach would have got released the same day.
The same day. Yeah.
I had to do that, guys. Look, it had to come out. It's the fact of the matter that we know what this stuff is. We know what they're doing. We know how it goes. Ain't nobody wants to say it, but it's the truth. It's the truth. Can't hide the truth. Unless the government do it for you. But anyways, let's get back to what's going on. The Bears and Raiders. Boy, oh boy. 20-9. Like, I mean, how much more level of disrespect can you get this week?
Terrible.
All right, let's not even talk about that game. Let's just move on from that game. Just RIP the Raiders right now. I mean, they're hurt. 2 running backs are hurt. I mean, the whole team is a black hole. That's what it should be. Black hole, stay down, don't say nothing. But I mean,
It's a black hole that's in a black
well,
hole.
Cam, let's go over to your delusional Giants in Dallas this weekend. 44-20.
Thank you.
Losing Daniel Jones, losing Saquon Barkley, and you lost the game. And then I mentioned you got a quarterback named Mike Glennon. I don't even know. That's not like a doctor. That's like somebody from the dentist's office. Mike Glennon. DDS.
Dog.
And the fact that I wait for your delusional take. I mean, because it's probably a better excuse than what y'all lost was. I'm just saying, you let the Dallas Cowboys do whatever they want to do out there, don't they?
Can I
I
talk?
mean,
Can I talk?
just do whatever, and then you got a
Can,
point to
can
come
I
on
speak,
this
sir?
show
Sir,
with
can I
your
speak?
Giant stuff on. Are you
Can I speak,
kidding me?
sir?
I can't do it. No, I can't. I can't. I
Is
can't.
it my
I can't
is
do it,
my
damn it.
turn to speak? That is all I would like to know. Do I have the floor now, or are you still going on your tirade? Let me know, Mr. TG. I will be patient with you. Will you be patient with me? Because I'm taking over the spotlight now. Let me just make it known to y'all. I love talking my trash, but trust and believe the New York Football Giants should have lost yesterday's game. We have not won a real game in the past 2 years. Yes, I said 2 years. We got lucky and beat New Orleans because they folded last week. And all the
Hey,
other
Ken,
games
did
we
you
won
say something? I
last
just
year.
came back from the
Yes.
party. I'm just saying. It just, you got to do what you got to do in the world to have fun. Because, I mean, I know the Green Bay Packers, we were just across the street partying. Because even though Mason Crosby missed about 5 field goals, he made the 6th one. Thank God. And then we went and partied. And we sent, what's that boy's name? Joe Burrow. We sent them all to the hospital. Don't get your fever checked and get your pride checked after the game. And I mean, not even that. No, Cam. We forgot. We celebrated that you was delusional. And that's what it was. We were to celebrate. Hey, I'm just saying. I'm just saying. It is what it
This is
is,
really
Ken.
bad.
It is what it is.
This
I'm
is
just
really
saying.
bad.
But yeah, anyway, Cam, your Giants, you need to take all that stuff off, all your playoff hopes, all your desires, all your futuristic goals, and put it in the bucket. Kick it out the door.
PG. What I with players. Starting injured offensive players. That is 1, 2, second string in. And the Cowboys are so happy about beating us.
Cam, you know what you sound like? You sound you sound like
Cowboys
another delusional Giants
fan.
fan all over again. I knew it. I knew it. I just saying it is what it is, Cam.
Come to talk to me, talk about, oh yeah, we thrashed Playing team. Why it's our year, Super Bowl or bust. Y'all seen Dak? He talking about he want to be the MVP. Hello, I don't care about all that nonsense y'all talking about. Y'all say TG
I mean,
crazy.
you the one
Y'all say I'm
thinking about
delusional. I can't believe
basketball
that.
and Brooklyn Nets and 5. You didn't even know you
Oh
got
yeah.
Kyrie coming
Hey,
back to the team
hey,
because he don't
hey,
want to get
hey,
shot in
hey,
the arm.
trust and
I'm just saying. I'm
believe.
just saying. It is
Hey,
what it is,
trust
Cam.
and believe. Like I told you before, Kyrie, Myrie, Tyree, Brooklyn and 5. I'm not worried about that
Then I mean y'all
at
ain't gonna
all.
win. It spelled no nets. That's what it
Not
spelled.
at
It could
all.
be no nets and no banners
No,
in the NBA
not at
again
all.
for y'all. It's gonna be the
Who
same delusional Cam. And
who
guess what
is
Cam will
stopping
say?
Brooklyn?
On to the New York
Who
Giants
is
2022.
stopping
And I was like,
Brooklyn? The Clippers won't stop the Brooklyn Nets. I can guarantee that. Your nonsense. The
Look.
Packers are barely getting wins, and all of a sudden, oh yeah,
Hey, it
we
is
out
what it
here
is. Hey, we
partying. We
4-1,
barely
buddy. We
beating teams.
4-1. I ain't say
We
how we gotta
barely
make it. We
getting
just gotta make it.
wins.
You gotta make it. We ain't saying you gotta make it by
God.
3 point, 2 point, 1 point. We ain't care 1.5. We don't care about 5. I don't care
We
what it is.
we
We
will
won.
see y'all in
This is
Cancun
bad.
in February. Don't worry. We're gonna be on the same yacht
I mean,
party
it is what it
together,
is.
and
I
we're gonna
mean,
be
you call it
going
what
through
it
some
is. You'll be taking
losing.
an early
It's all
vacation to
hey look.
Cancun. I'm not.
Hey look, we enjoying the beautiful weather while y'all still playing for nothing. Playing for TV
I
time.
mean, but
Because
still,
we
we
all
get.
know
The one
Aaron
thing
We
is, if you
all
don't
know
make the
Aaron
Super
Rodgers
Bowl,
wants
at
to
least
be
you
on your
plan a little
team.
bit longer. At least you can say you've been somewhere. You've been there, done that. Y'all can't say for the area that you ain't never been in.
I mean, but I look at it like this though. If you're not winning the Super Bowl, you're a loser. You lost that season. So
But
technically,
look at
there
this.
is
Look at this. Look
one
at this.
winner.
You
There
would
is
rather
one
be some
winner and
scrubs of
31
hot
losers.
garbage sitting in the off season. You didn't even make the playoffs. You didn't even see your team touch the playoffs. You ain't got nothing but regular season goals sitting on your wall at home.
Yeah,
You ain't say divisional
realistic,
champions. You ain't say conference
realistic,
champions. You ain't say try to get a ring.
realistic.
You spelled no rings. Like, I mean, you might as well be like the Vikings. I mean, Minnesota ain't do nothing. Detroit ain't did
The
nothing. I'm
Vikings.
just saying it is what it is. I mean,
The
I mean,
Vikings.
don't be
The
mad
Vikings.
because
Now you're
the
reaching.
Dallas
Now
Cowboys.
you're
I know they
reaching.
suck, but at least they
Now,
trying to go get a ring now. I'm just
now,
saying.
now they've been trying since '95. I'm confused. I'm real confused right now.
This is bad. This is all the way around bad.
This is terrible. He's supposed to be the host, and he worried about somebody else. Worry about your quarterback.
Well, Kim,
Worry about your
anyways,
quarterback
see, we can move on
coming
from
back
your
to Green Bay
delusional
next year.
Giants and the Dallas
He
Cowboys
about
still prove that they
to go
suck.
to
Hold
Jeopardy.
on, hold on, hold on. I'll be back.
He about to
Hey,
go to Jeopardy.
ho, hey, ho, hey,
I
ho,
don't even know why.
hey, ho. Sorry.
And we're back from commercial break.
And we back from
And we're
commercial
back from
break because
commercial
DJ went
break.
outside and went to
Exactly.
partying real quick.
This is terrible.
Boy, it feels good.
Hey Marcus. Hey Marcus. After the show, can you go ahead and take him to patient first? We need to get him a drug test, please. Please.
But no, Cam, let's talk about, since we didn't got all that out, let's talk about the Goode game of week 5. And no, it won't your Giants, it won't my Green Bay Packers. We can cut to the chase. It won't either one of us this week. Uh, but let's talk about the
Apparently.
Chargers bolting past the Browns. I can't remember they were in Dog Pound or not. Were they in Cleveland?
LA.
Oh, they were in LA, so that's the reason why I like the both are all over the place. And I wonder why
Mhm.
that game went so crazy over there. I knew it. But anyway, a
I knew it.
midday nail biter, 47-42. Eckler sealed the deal with a last minute touchdown in the end zone.
Mm-hmm.
But look at this, the statistics though behind this game is more than that. 23 of 32, 305 yards, 2 touchdowns. That was Baker Mayfield. Now Chubb and Hunt, they both combined for 3 touchdowns each. Over 200 yards rushing and about 30 attempts. Almost. Pretty good. Chargers, on the other hand, goodness gracious. Justin Herbert, he played the whole team. I mean, he was everywhere. He won't pass and he was running.
Yeah.
I don't know what happened out there. He had 26 to 42, 43, 300, well, I would say 400 yards passing, 4 TDs. Eckler, 17 attempts. He had 66 yards, 2 touchdowns. Herbert, 4 attempts, 29 yards, and a touchdown. He combined by himself alone 4 of them things.
He's a kept secret.
Now, Martell, before I go to Cam, and I'm gonna ask both of you guys the same question, and Cam, you can just jump off the of what he said in this situation. How valuable is Justin Herbert to the Chargers right now? And if you're looking at it from here out, do you keep him for a long term now? I mean, I know it's one game, but I mean, he's still super young. I mean, you got to
I
look at the
would.
future here too.
I would. I play him every chance I get.
And Cam, in the same sense, this man, he can run, he can jump, he can do whatever. And in this sense, what are the Chargers missing right now? Like I know there's a good amount of things they can do better on and improve, but what's something the Chargers need to get that man?
I mean, the Chargers, in my opinion, like I told y'all week one, they're going to be a wild card team this year. They have everything that they need. They just have to get consistent. They have to actually just finish games. They have to continue fighting like they did against Faker Mayfield and the Browns. Justin Herbert right now, believe it or not, he's a top three quarterback in the league right now. So statistically speaking, he is a
Yeah.
top three quarterback. He's balling right now, and he has the weapons. He's in a, a very similar situation as Tom Brady is, and to good defense behind him. The offensive line is it's here and there, hit or miss, but they get the job done. They have a decent running back. The only issue is they play in the AFC West against Mahomes. But Mahomes looking like trash right now. So, I mean, right now, the Chargers are only missing that consistency piece in it. If they can continue to string these games on, I'm not saying every game's going to be perfect. You're not going to win every game, but you have to win the games that you should win. You can't fold, because think about it. In the fourth quarter, the Chargers did not have a lead. They were playing from behind that entire fourth quarter. And they came back against a really good Browns defense. We're not going to sit here and act like the Browns defense is bad now.
Right.
So, I mean,
Right.
the Chargers, they have a lot. But it's just, like I said, if they can stay consistent with how they play, if they can finish games and finish strong, they'll be fine. And they'll be making the
And
wild
stay
card this year
healthy.
for sure. And if they can stay healthy, they may even win the division this year, believe it or not.
Well, we'll see what they do when they be healthy. But Marcus, in this case, the Browns are on the bad hand of the stick right here and losing this game 47-42. But what's a takeaway for the Browns? I mean, you have an injured Baker Mayfield playing with a torn labrum, and he says in a non-throwing arm, and there's a chance that it could affect the across chest to the other shoulder, which I have never had an injury. Don't know nothing about it much, but if anything inside the chest, I know you probably stretch too much. You probably do more damage than you do good. But what's the biggest takeaway in this game coming from the Browns side of the ball? I mean, you win a blow for blow matchup against the Chargers, and you just came up short of not. Not only did you have a minute 31 at the end of the game, regardless of timeouts, you still had a minute to go down the field.
Right.
So you could say, "Oh, we just came up short because our defense didn't do it." You had a minute 31. Eckler scored a minute 31. You had you. We've seen a lot of quarterbacks, which they are a higher extent than them, do great things in a minute.
Higher.
In a minute, forget that 30 seconds. Where's your game management skills at? Because you could at least, damn it, kick the field goal or something. Made it look like you did. You tried, but they didn't. They couldn't get down there. So what's the biggest play for the Browns? What's their biggest takeaway?
I mean, realistically, with the Browns, they're still a hard-fought playoff contender team. They have, even though Baker Mayfield is banged up, he still have the accolades and the pro tools to like try and help their team win games. But on the flip side of it all, just that drive for them to take the lead in order to win the games, he just gotta be calm. He just gotta like not panic, not be in the mindset of panic mode. He just gotta do whatever he can to win the game, and just play smart, and not only play smart but play to your own strengths. If he was able to do that, I feel like the Browns could have put it off.
I think they could have. It's one of those games. It's not one of those games that, in the fact that they had an opportunity to score, they didn't. Chargers defense just held them off. And that's what it takes sometimes, defensive standoffs.
And then at the same time with the Cleveland Browns, they didn't have no timeouts, so you had no choice but to hurry your team down and try to get a score, at least a field goal, to say that you at least tried. But instead, they didn't. They just they just didn't have what it takes to beat the LA Chargers, and they came up short.
Well, talking about coming up short, the Pittsburgh Steelers. Pittsburgh Steelers are being banged up on all sides. Not even Najee Harris is being questionable, but also Juju Smith-Schuster being labeled possibly not to return this season.
Mm-hmm.
Too many TikTok videos. But, and not only that, the continuance, the very continuance, Cam and Martell and Marcus, the continuance playing of Big Ben every single week. You see that man almost lifeless on the field, and they still somehow managed to go out there. I don't even know. I mean, you either got an injured Big Ben or Dwayne Haskins, but I would take Haskins any day right now. With what Ben's playing into his strategy, I think it kind of want to do a little something with somebody else because I mean, losing is not the thing.
Yo, Mike Tomlin still trusts Ben, man. You gotta look at that perspective. He's gonna choose
And
Ben
I
over
do.
Dwayne Haskins, bro.
He's the only Pittsburgh person that trusts Big Ben at this point.
Sadly. But let's get over to Monday Night Football tonight. Moments away, 8 o'clock. We got a few more minutes, and let's chalk it up, Marcus. I know you're a Baltimore Ravens fan, and I know Baltimore's been facing some adversity at the running back core, and they're still trying to dig out the trenches of the running back core of the depth chart of injuries. And they got Tyson Williams coming back, Tyson Williams coming back today, and then not only that, you had Lamar be put questionable earlier within the last two games and saying a back injury because he decides that he wants a cartwheel into the end zone. But anyways, not only talking about
Showboating.
that, I know, right? And as the Colts' schedule hasn't been easy this season, they play some very, very tough talent this year so far. Being the Colts, without T.Y. Hilton, and now he's back in the lineup, I believe. Tonight's task doesn't get any lighter when they get the Baltimore Ravens in Baltimore. Did I mention? It's like,
Oh, y'all at the bank tonight?
At the bank.
And that's even worse as possible for Carson Wentz and the boys. And Carson's coming off of a questionable injury as well with his ankles and all this other stuff. I don't know how you damage both of them, but hey, should have laced your boots up a little bit longer. But in the same sense, it's not basketball. The Ravens, this game means a lot to them. Y'all about to hit that 100-yard mark. That'll be some history being broke for you guys inside the organization. But I'm going to ask Cam this, and I'm going to swing back to you because I know I'm going to have to end this conversation with you. Carson Wentz or Lamar Jackson? Cam, who do you think has a better performance? Because, don't get me wrong, both of them are a little banged up.
To believe it or not, I feel like Carson Wentz this week is going to have a better game than Lamar Jackson. Not because of anything like in regards to him being a better quarterback or a quarterback comparison, but the Colts brought him in for a reason. They felt like he deserved to be there. He deserved to be their starting quarterback. He was complaining about in Philly how he's upset that he got benched and they won the Super Bowl. He got hurt technically, but they still won a Super Bowl without him. And you want to be a starter again? No, you sit behind Nick Foles. But anyways, they brought him in with the same offensive coordinator that was in Philly. So you have everything that you need to be successful right there, and you can't be successful. So right now, I personally feel like this is the game against a really good defense where Carson Wentz shows out, and he's going to actually prove himself to be a really solid, really, really solid quarterback tonight. But I mean, the Baltimore Ravens will win. But this will be an interesting game.
Like I said, I think this game really did. Me and Cam was talking earlier today, as always, and we're talking about what this game be like in offensive battle, or would it be one-sided? And I was asking Cam, would this game be one-sided with the Ravens being at home, having everything in their way? And then he's like, well, the Colts defense. And I'm like, you can't take enough from the Colts defense.
That's
And
true.
he's like, you really can't. And I'm like, yeah, you got to respect them. And we had a whole conversation. We literally took a mini lunch break to have a conversation. But in the same sense, talking about this, Martell, if you could tell me, how can the Colts halt Lamar Jackson in any way tonight? Because, I mean, this man can jump, he can run, he can damn sure near fly. I mean, cartwheel. But
Literally,
back. But how can they stop him? And which way you think the best way of stopping him tonight?
I can't even answer that one. I'm gonna be honest with you. It's hard to stop Lamar, man. It's hard to stop him. He get one of those good wide open holes. He's gone, bro. Period. It's hard.
And and one thing about Lamar, he's one of those QBs like Martell. He can run. He can pass a little bit. And that's a multi-purpose quarterback that everybody. Well, we don't all necessarily want a quarterback like that, but he needs to learn how to pass the ball. He do. To be a quarterback, he needs to know how to pass a little bit more effective, or efficiently, as Cam would say. And I'm not gonna be illusional, but Marcus, in this
Please don't be
case,
delusional.
tonight, what's the main target, or what should be the main focus of the Ravens tonight going in this game? Because you're playing a team that has a veteran quarterback.
Mm-hmm.
He may not be the best, but he can make some things happen. They do have a defense that's capable of stopping some people. They have been a little held up on holding off on the rush. But do you think not only what can y'all do to come out this game, and what's the best thing for Nate to get a win? But I just want to know, what's the strategy tonight? Do you decoy the 100th yard anniversary thing and just act like on the run, and then you come out and he bombs over Baghdad, or do you stay true to the run tonight?
Well, in this game, you don't fix what's not broken. I mean, yes, we haven't been efficient enough in the running game, but as we've seen for weeks after weeks, the Ravens' offense, including Lamar Jackson, he actually progressed and developed very well in the passing game. He got Hollywood Brown involved. He got Sammy Watkins involved a little bit. Even Mark Andrews, even Devin Duvernay, even James Prochet. He's getting everyone involved just to spread the offense around as a quarterback should in order to help not only the organization win games, but also the offense just take that stride to another level. But as far as the defense, I think the main strategy is to just stop the run. I mean, Jonathan Taylor, he's one of those running backs where you shouldn't take for granted. I mean, I know it's a it's a few running backs where like they haven't hit that stride, but once he hits that stride, I mean, it's like no telling what you can do to him. And also, you got Naheem Hines as well, so definitely gotta look out for the both of them. Definitely gotta stop the run. Um, really, really, it's just all about the Ravens playing that game and like not get too complacent and just staying true to themselves and just really staying consistent with the passing game.
Now, this is a question. I'm gonna go around the room and I gotta figure out what's gonna happen tonight. Colts are in Baltimore tonight against Lamar Jackson and company. Martell, who you got?
They have to bank Ravens.
Ravens. Cam, who you got tonight?
The Colts.
And Marcus, who you got?
Ravens.
We know the Ravens, but this is one thing. Tonight's going to be a very competitive game. We saw what last night's game between rain and not having enough peanut butter and jelly on a piece of bread. I mean, I ate one earlier. I did my duty of making sure my nutritional value stays up. And I had a lot of jelly on that sandwich. I'm just saying. Because who wants a dry sandwich? It's already bread. And you better have water. But I'm going to say tonight the game goes to Baltimore. They're in Baltimore. Baltimore has something to do today, and that's get that 100 yards rushing. Did I mention they're in Baltimore? Did I mention that the Colts got Carson Wentz as a QB? And
Starting.
I think one key thing that happens tonight, and I told Cam this, and I got money on this. I think Carson Wentz tosses an interception. I think Baltimore's defense takes it to the house for 6. That could be one prediction that I would see tonight, and I would think it may go down tonight. That defense is nothing to play with. Carson Wentz will. It is what it is. Hey,
Throw this whole
Cam, you
game
might win
away.
tonight. I'm just saying. But, Cam, you know what time it is. You know what time it is. It is Cam's Corner. Take it away.
Well, I am very happy that you have allowed me to get into my bag in my corner again. Hopefully, you won't cut me off like last time. Like I was saying
Hey,
earlier,
hey, hey. Oh, hey, 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 hey.
the
Oh,
Dallas
hey, hey, hey.
Cowboys fan base needs to
Oh, hey, hey,
understand
hey,
that
hey.
they have yet to play a
Oh,
true playoff
hey, hey,
contending
hey,
team.
hey.
I need y'all to
Oh, hey, hey,
understand
hey,
Facts.
right
hey.
now that
Oh,
y'all
Facts.
hey,
are
hey,
going to
hey.
struggle against a
Oh,
very
hey,
good
hey,
team.
hey.
Don't get me wrong.
Oh,
Y'all's
hey,
defense looks really good right
hey,
now. The
Kim.
offense look I'm still
How he
talking. You can
do?
go back to the
How
party.
he
I'm still
do?
talking. Go
How
back to
you
the party.
doing?
I'm
See
still
how he
I'm
see
talking.
just
how he do,
saying.
bro. See how he do, yo.
It is how
No,
you do. We
so
are chilling over
disrespectful.
here.
So
We're
disrespectful.
chilling. We're chilling with your
We
Giants.
even swagged out the mug all over
The
the
mug,
place.
look,
Look,
the
look,
mug,
look, look, look.
the mug is right now. Because guess what? We're in Cancun on a vacation with the Giants.
This is
What?
bad all over again,
You
bro.
It is. It
ah,
is. It is.
I seen Christmas time.
I'm gonna let him have his moment.
Yo, this is
I'm gonna let you
bad.
have your moment. It's okay. Like I said,
This is
the
bad.
Giants will be okay once we get rid of our GM, once we get rid of our head coach, and once we finally fired. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, I'm sorry. Release Danny Dumbass. We'll be good. But until then, mediocrity will follow us every week. But at the end of my rant, like I've said before, Brooklyn in 5.
And ladies and gentlemen,
Brooklyn Nets
welcome back
in
to
Brooklyn
Good
in
5.
Got
five.
Entertainment.
No Milwaukee
Said
Bucks.
Cam,
Brooklyn in 5.
Cam,
No
is that you?
Atlanta Hawks. No
Cam, is
Los
that you?
Angeles Barbers. I mean the Clippers. No LeBron and the LeBronettes. None of that nonsense. None of
LeBron
Golden
Nets.
State and the Splash Bros. We ain't worried about none of that. We don't need both. We don't need all 3 of the big 3 to win. All we need is a healthy KD and a healthy Harden. We'll be all right. We'll be all right. I said
Cam,
it here. I said it.
are you done? Are
I'm
you
not done
done?
quite yet. You need to
Are
worry
you
about your
done?
daggone LA Barbers, aka the LA Clippers. Y'all got one person. Y'all got pandemic P still on y'all team. Kawhi Leonard still hurt. He's still gonna have surgery.
You done? Huh?
The playoffs. Maybe in the final. Oh wait, y'all won't ever make it to the finals because y'all are
Huh?
trash. But it's okay. It is
Are you
okay.
done?
Like I said, Brooklyn in
Hey.
5. Go Giants. Cowboys Nation is still delusional. I want everyone to have a great week, and we will talk again on Sunday.
Uh-huh.
I'm hurt.
Yeah. Uh-huh. Huh. All right. All right, folks. Y'all welcome yourself back to Goode Got Entertainment. That was Cam's Corner. And we at the vacation spot with the New York Giants. And where the Nets
There
might be
we
in the
go.
future. But let me say this before we skedaddle out of here and we go back to our party. Because
Skedaddle.
we got the whole nine going over here.
We got the whole nine
And
going
one
on
thing
right
you
here.
invited Cam, you is too.
Listen, I already
Yep.
got it. We good.
I am what it
We good over
is.
here.
But
We
let's say
good.
this. Hey, catch me tomorrow. Serious note here. Catch me tomorrow night. I'm back here on
Oh,
Facebook. TG will be holding the fort down on another Sports View presented by Women Love Sports Too. I'm there every Tuesday. I'll be here tomorrow night, 7:15. I'll be holding the fort down, guys. Holding it
hold
down.
it down.
You might even see me partying tomorrow again, depending on how I feel. And we got some surprises going on for Good Guys Entertainment. And we got some big news coming up. And we even got something brought to you by Cam. And you'll see that this week. I'll let it be a surprise from Cam. If he's delusional or not. But, as always, it's been a pleasure. Back another week
Another week.
in the
Yeah.
Good Guys Entertainment family. Across the camera is Martell. Cam with the plan. Across the room from me is Marco Polo the Greatest. And I'm your host, Marquez Goode. Trust Goode as always. I'm saying be blessed, guys. Save the rest. Good night. Peace, guys.